Hi there, and welcome. Part 2 of this Understanding Karma series. In this one, we'll look at the idea of reading karma. But first, let's settle, let's check in, see where our awareness is at. Close your eyes. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Feel yourself sitting quietly. Relax your body. We're being restful. Feel your breathing. Gentle, light, steady breath. Breathing only through the nose now. Start to lengthen the breath, slowly in towards full and slowly down towards empty. Make sure that the breath is very soft and gentle. There's a relaxed approach to what we're doing. And starting to think about the idea of flow in the breathing. Relaxed flow. In the previous mind training session, Understanding Karma, we looked at the idea of looping up and over at the top of the breath and looping down and under at the bottom of the breath, as though we could almost make the breath flow continuously. Try that now. So as we relax into this feeling of continuous flow, I want you to add a new dimension. Now that we've got flow going, we're going to interrupt it. We're going to interrupt the flow of breath at half full and half empty. Just for a second or two, a slight pause. So as you start to breathe in, you come up to half full and then you stop and pause. And then you continue flowing upwards and over and coming back down. And at half empty, stop, pause. And then flowing downwards and looping under and coming back up again. The key here is we are only stopping at the half full and half empty points, not at the top and not at the bottom. We're trying to loop over at the top and loop under at the bottom. We still have the idea of flow, but now we also have the idea of interrupting the flow and then returning to flow. Let's try this for a couple minutes. Relax into this very interesting practice. Last round. When you finish, have a sigh. And then sit with the resting breath. Notice the difference in the feeling of the breathing. Okay, open your eyes. So, in the previous session, we looked at how the egoic mind manufactures a story of self through ignorance, which we could certainly move beyond and be free right now. But if we need to take smaller steps first, let's look at reading karma. So let's say there's a dreamlike scenario where I exist in a world and things happen throughout my life and I see patterns developing over time. Well, the idea of meditation is that I step out of the river, sit on the bank, and stop, observe, have a look, think, reflect upon what seems to be happening in a larger movement. Let's try this now. Close your eyes again. Now, there's the feeling of a me in my body, in a world. And perhaps today you've already had many events happen. Recall them now. You being part of those stories as they were unfolding. The idea of you being caught in the river as it's flowing. So many little moments, and even some big moments. The more we meditate, we will be able to study in more detail all the things that might have happened to you today already. Now we stop and get a feeling for that. Meditation, especially in the beginning, is just about stopping. Very similar to the idea of interrupting the flow of breath. A little pause where we get a feeling for things before we go back into the flow of events. Imagine yourself sitting on the bank, looking at the story of your life flowing past. Well, then, you may find that it's easier to read. Okay, have a sigh. And then open your eyes again. Continuing on. So my mind has superimposed a structured universe, and things move through and within it. To see the story of myself, I just need to watch for the symbols that are coming and going. In particular, the big, obvious, repeated themes that I seem to get stuck in. And then ascertain, usually based on this childhood that I've had, what I am trying to get and what I try to avoid. This is the main playground of ideas for our lives. Now, these symbols need only be based upon this lifetime, but if past lives exist, it's still only in the context of this lifetime that we need to understand them. And don't forget, the idea of you or me is itself an imputed notion. Now, look for every time something happens that you don't like. This is where karma is strongest. It is strong energy seeking to resolve and clear, but it meets with a constraining egoic mind which tries to lock over it. This is where energy gets stuck, messy, a constant struggle, unless we can find a way to set it free. But karma is only an idea within the story of me. And as long as we keep resisting it, it will continue to be problematic for me. The way out is to dissolve the me. Your karma has always been to dissolve the me. Close your eyes. Have a deep sigh. get a feeling for all of that. Don't forget, this is what yoga training is all about. It's a system designed to help you unlock yourself. Okay, that's enough for today. In the next session, we'll look at how to resolve karma within the constraints of an ignorant mind's reality. Thank you very much.